Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Live to Excel show. I'm your host, Ben Boudro, owner of Acceleration Fitness, Men's Health, Women's Health magazine contributor, and I'm here today with a client who's going to inspire you about her weight loss journey on how she's lost 80 pounds in 1 year. But she not only transformed that, she transformed so many areas of her life, and we get to hear all about that today. So without further ado, guys, allow me to welcome our first guest ever on the show, Mrs. Jill Benedict. Jill, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Excited for this show.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm honored.
How's it feel to be the first ever guest?
So cool. I remember we did a podcast last year when I was about 35 pounds in, and I watched it last night, and I've just changed a lot since then, so it'll be nice to recap on things.
You have changed a lot. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. You're down how many pounds in the last year?
Roughly about 80, just depends on the given day, and obviously the scale's been kind of a issue within me in the year. But
80 pounds in a year.
Yes.
So talk about what's transformed in your life. Like, actually, let's go over to the beginning. Where were you 1 year ago today?
I was miserable. I mean, I had gotten to the heaviest weight in my life. I mean, I was eating uncontrollably. I was drinking a lot during the weeknights, eating fourth meal Taco Bell all the time. And I just kept saying, you know, I'm going on vacation this weekend, I'll start later. And then it just kept spiraling out of control till one day, I mean, I was just running out of energy. I was afraid I wasn't going to fit on rides in Disney World. I felt self-conscious on planes with people next to me, and something just kind of clicked.
And what was that?
It was just, I'm not too old to do this. My excuse was initially, I'm almost, you know, I'm in my 30s now. I'm just going to be my happy fat self and, you know, just keep eating. But then I was like, you know what? You're not too old. You're not too old to change. And so it was like actually right around my 32nd birthday, I'm like, let's make your 32 something special. So
you're here, you're at 32 years old, eating uncontrollably, fourth meal, Taco Bell. Yeah. You know, we've all had that.
I still love it, but you know.
But when you woke up at age 32, you said enough is enough.
I did.
And what was the first step you took?
I was sitting on the couch with my husband, and I said, I'm going to sign up for a workout class. And he said, when? And he just kind of rolled his eyes, because that was typically, I was always making false promises to go work out. And I said, tomorrow. And that's when I literally signed up for my first class, and I showed up the next day at Acceleration.
Wow. And so let's backtrack a little bit. You're on your couch. Where do you live?
Down the street from you, Lake Orion, Michigan.
Beautiful Lake Orion, yes. So you're on your couch, you said it to your husband, and then your first class, you stepped in the doors. What was it like? What were you feeling emotionally? What did you experience? What happened?
I was terrified. So I walked in, Justin Miller was at the front desk. He greeted me. I thought the guy owned the place. I always tell that story. So I'm like, oh, this gym owner, he's walking me through here, showing me around. I actually knew Allie Howard. She was the trainer that day. We used to work out probably, you know, 6-7 years back at the same gym alongside each other. She wasn't a trainer there, but I recognized her because, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I've let myself go. Now this girl that I used to train alongside is in great shape, and here I am. It was awful. I took 5 days to like marinate after my first class because I was so sore. I couldn't run the laps and the warm-ups. I could barely do the warm-ups, but I got the email for the Ladies Night Challenge that you guys do yearly, and I was like, I can do something for 4 weeks. Let's see how this 4 weeks goes, and start somewhere. You need to start somewhere. So
that was your start. You got in, first class, then took 5 days off, signed up for the Girls Night Out.
Yep.
Then what?
I just killed this challenge. I exceeded my expectations. I did everything that I was told to do. I really took the trainers and the consultations seriously, and I think I dropped about 18 pounds in that 4-week challenge. So that was my initial kind of push and motivation, like, hey, I'm doing something. I feel better already. Let's see where this continues to go. So
you saw results, and you were like, okay, I can do this. And you said the 4-week thing too. Explain what the Girls Night Challenge is, just so viewers out there watching to know what the hell we're talking about.
Yep, so it's a girls only challenge. The end is a really fun prize of the night out with all the trainers, just to celebrate the success of everybody. But it was a nice support group of ladies coming together. We had a private Facebook group where we spoke and just kind of, you know, talked about our problems. We shared recipes, just everyone was there for each other. It kind of created a bond, and it really made me see what kind of a family Acceleration really is, and it made me feel like I belonged to something.
Yeah. Definitely, it's special. I was at the Girls Night Out event, especially the party, and I remember you driving around and just like, man, who is this girl? She's funny, she's like laughing, I mean, just a party really, and it's just really seeing the look on your face and seeing your energy change, that was only 18 pounds.
Yeah, and I walked up to you at the bowling alley that night, a few beers in, and I was like, hey, Ben, you don't really know me now, but I'm going to do something great. And I told you that night, and it wasn't over after then.
I remember, because I was seeing a red haze because somebody kept changing my score in the bowling, and they said I lost, and I was really mad. And you brightened my day, but that was good. As you keep going through this transformation, though, and you learn about the community, you learn about people who are here to help you, which I think a lot of people out there don't realize. But for somebody watching this, what is that first step? Because let me ask you this way. How long did it take you to get to that first step? How many nights on the couch did you say I was going to go work out and you never did? How long did that take for you, and what was it really like when they took it?
I mean, this was years in the making. Like I mentioned, I used to work out, at Nth Degree Fitness. I used to like the place that's no longer around, but after I moved out to Lake Orion, it was too far for me to commute to that gym, so I joined another local area gym. I mean, I liked it there, but it just didn't give me that spark that I feel at Acceleration, so I feel like you have to find somewhere that truly is suitable to you. It might not be the close, like technically there's a gym right around the corner from my house, I could walk there, but that's not the place I'm going to feel like I belong and feel special at. So it's kind of identifying a community or a location that just is suitable to your own personal style. And then just, having people on your team that are constantly going above and beyond and just helping you with your eating and things. Because the eating part is just as important as the workouts. And Acceleration is so special because the trainers are so great with your diet and making modifications and making it a lifestyle change and encouraging us, you can have a cheat meal, you can slip up here and there, and you're not going to just undo everything you've done. You
can go on Voorhees Lake and have a good Sunday fun day, which her and I do occasionally.
Yes.
But you can have that, right?
Right, exactly. So it was just like, this isn't the end of my life. I'm not going to be eating chicken, broccoli, and sweet potatoes forever. This is permanent.
Now let's talk about that. Now you are how old?
Going to be 33 on Saturday.
Woo, birthday girl. You're going to be 33 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. You've lost 80 pounds. Not only have you lost 80 pounds, but how much body fat have you lost in the past year?
It's getting close, right around 20%.
20% body fat in a year.
Yes.
So do you realize how much life you've added to your life?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, life expectancy, all these diseases, diabetes, all these things, you tackled those. 80 pounds and 10% or 20% body fat is a long, long time coming. I mean, that's amazing.
Yep.
So we know the physical stuff. What about mentally?
Mentally has been the biggest obstacle throughout this. I'd be lying if I said it was easy, because it's been every day I eat, sleep, and breathe this in some capacity, whether it's, upset because I'm not seeing progress for, a plateau period. I actually got asked in the beginning of it when I was down, because I was down like 35, 40 pretty quickly on, and somebody asked me if I had gotten weight loss surgery. And that really upset me because I was working my butt off. It was something that I hadn't seen in a while. And at that point, I decided to kind of go public with my journey and post about it on Facebook to just kind of showcase that I'm working hard, but I'm still normal. I have feelings. I'm human. And it's also, that's been the devil's advocate for me because I've created a lot of enemies from this. People have said negative things to me. I've had, people are like, why are you posting that incriminated picture of yourself? Or they've even deleted me on Facebook because of my posts. And it's hurt my feelings a lot. And so I've been knocked down with that kind of sense throughout this. So, you think you have people supporting you and then you kind of see things and it hurts.
Yeah, I think along with that, with social media, I post a lot of my life on social media too. And yeah, you do have haters, you have people that go away. I think there's just people who, they do care about you. I think what it comes down to is some people really have trouble when they're not having success and they see other success.
Right.
You know what I mean? So on this show right now, I'm telling you, keep doing what you're doing, because the people who will support you and the people who are doing this, that's what community is.
Right, and I'm a people pleaser, so I'm constantly trying. I want everyone to like me. That's just how I am. I've been like this my whole life, and so it's the people that have messaged me and said, you've encouraged me to go out and run a 5K, or you've encouraged me to go out and try this gym in my area. Even people that can't attend Acceleration that have just messaged me, or a lot of my friends I've met on cruises and around the world, they've been joining your online programs that, if they can't make it to Acceleration, they still have seen success and they want to make a change. And that to me makes it worth it.
Yeah. The show is called Transform to Excel. Transform to tell, transform to excel. And really what we're capturing right now is you were down in the dumps. You were not feeling yourself. You were young. You made a change.
Yep.
And along that change is going to be a bunch of obstacles.
Yeah.
You're going to have plateaus. You're going to have people hating on you. You're going to have all these kinds of things. But the coolest thing that you've done is you've pushed all that aside and you just keep marching on.
Right. I hit a point about 10 months in where that most of my weight was lost actually in the first 10 months. And I wouldn't say I was cocky, but I was like, well, I'm working out. I can still eat bad. And I went on a European vacation and I ate pasta every single day. I went to Disney like 2 weeks after that with my girls, Kim and Sam, and my sister, my mom, like the ultimate girls week. So didn't want to let anyone down with the drinking and fun. But then it was, I did gain some weight at that point, and then I had to kind of take a step back, and I talked to John and a few other trainers, and I was just like, I need some help. And it's identifying when you're starting to see yourself fall back into old patterns, and know that you have people to talk to help you get back where you need to be. You
have someone that's holding you accountable.
Exactly. I have accountability and people that they want to see you succeed. So
exactly. With fitness, I always say fitness is a marathon. You can't get through a marathon without people giving you cups of water along the way.
Yep.
So every once in a while, you're going to hit that roadblock where you're like, I feel like crap. I need something to go. Plateaus happen in fitness.
Yep.
Right? I mean, how do you handle your plateaus? Because there's people watching this right now who have gone through a plateau, and they're like thinking, how do I get out of this? I'm so pissed. I'm not seeing results. What did you focus on besides the results?
I've gotten several tips. Sometimes whether it's hide the scale for a couple weeks and let it run its course, and just stay patient with it. There's been times where I was like, why am I doing this? Should I just quit because I'm not even losing weight at this point? But I held on. I kept coming to class. I kept waking up. I still did my meal prep, and eventually it'll take its course. Even if it's not in the scale, it might be you're losing inches or your body fat's changing and your clothes are fitting better. I mean, like I said, in the beginning, I've had kind of like a 8 to 10 pound range that any given day, but the same clothes still fit me, and I actually ran a side by side of myself at my ultimate lowest versus if I've got a couple summer happy pounds, and I actually look better with a few more pounds on me, and I've been kind of building up lean muscle mass. So that's where I'm trying to be educated and learn throughout this.
You're going through those plateaus and you're getting through them. Yeah,
so maybe the scale's not telling me this, but I'm stronger. I'm running out of my mind faster than when I used to actually train to run. So there's just so many other things. I'm just lifting heavier every day and just watching myself grow in other areas than just the scale.
Being in fitness for 9 years now, there's things you hear. It's always time, it's always money, it's always priority when it comes to weight loss. When it comes to time, what would you say to someone out there who's like, I just don't have an hour to work out each day? Because I also want to touch on this, how often you travel and how often you do fun things.
Yeah, so time for me, I personally like to work out in the morning. I feel like it sets the tone for my day and it kind of gets me going, and I have that energy, but I know all people aren't able to work out in the morning necessarily. So I kind of just look at it as your day is a budget. Can you give yourself a half hour, an hour? I mean, we have half-hour sessions to get you in and out of there. Or do you have 20, 30 minutes to just take a workout and do it in your home? You certainly can. You don't even need weights for some of these. So it's just giving yourself time. Wake up an extra half hour earlier. Just make it a priority. And that's where I've kind of, I don't feel right if I don't do something physically each day now.
Yeah. This is a touchy one here. Financially, what would you say to someone who's on the fence of how much they want to spend on fitness and what it's going to do for them and the return on your investment?
I always like the Starbucks example. I mean, people don't bat an eye with buying a $5 latte over at Starbucks. So if you just kind of, can cut in other areas, you certainly can make it work. It's, or you just, if you're truly a bird, you always talk to a gym or someone and kind of, something, hopefully they'll work with you or, it's
exactly.
Just, yeah.
Wow. So again, this is a show called Transform to Xcel. If anybody out there is watching this and they're on the couch where you were at age 32, if you could choose just one thing, you got to put it on a billboard, one saying, one quote, whatever it is, what is that to that person?
It's not too late.
Oh.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. I love it. Well, Jill, do you have anything else for our show?
I think I'm covered.
All right, guys. For more information on Jill, where can we find you at?
Just Facebook, Jill Benedict.
And Instagram too, right?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Jill Benedict, I think 14.
And also for the people in the Lake Orion community, you also do some pretty cool stuff with Disney. Can you explain that?
Yes, I actually quit my corporate job and I opened up a Disney travel agency. So it's called Wishes and Wonders Travel Agency, LLC. And it's on Facebook. I actually have clients as far as the UK, California. So it's kind of going, I'd say, international.
So if someone wants to plan a Disney trip with their kids, they go to you and you do what for them?
Yep, they just book through me and they get free vacation planning assistance the whole way through. And so, yeah, with the travel I know you mentioned, I go there roughly about 11 times per calendar year in addition to other trips. So it's, balancing out, Disney and working out and it's a good time.
Before we go to, I want to talk about your family. You have talk about your family real quick. Natalie.
Yes. Yep, my sister Natalie was living with me last summer temporarily, and she was kind of in the same boat I was, eating out, drinking, enjoying life a little too much. And so I had her come with me to the Palace workout last year. You guys did a fundraiser at the Palace of Auburn Hills. So she came to that and absolutely loved the environment and the energy. So she ended up becoming an Xcel member. So she's done quite a number on herself too.
And your husband.
Yep, my husband was also part of the couple of the transformation challenges.
He lost 18?
He's down 25, and he's kept
pounds.
it off, and hopefully he'll join me in more workouts down the road. But
so it's a trickle-down effect.
But he has to eat the food no matter what, because he lives with me.
Exactly. So. But it all started with you.
Exactly.
You realize that.
Yes.
Awesome. So. Well, this was your first ever Live to Excel show, guys. Make sure you guys tune in for the next one. And basically what the show is going to be, it's going to be people in the Lake Orion community, people in Oakland County. It's not only weight loss, it's people who are excelling in their life. We're going to bring them on camera, talk to them, break it down, and give you guys exactly what you need. Chase it.